Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about how Nano Dimension's CEO and chairman has recently bought $500,000 worth of NNDM stock. Then we will talk about how SoFi is trading at an extreme discount right now because the stock is undervalued, and we will also discuss great catalysts that are coming up for SoFi stock. Following this, we will be talking about an old channel favorite, which is Nanogenomics, which has some phenomenal price targets which this stock can reach because of their upcoming catalysts. Remember to go and like this video right now. Comment down below if you hold Nano Dimension, SoFi, or Nanogenomics stock. Turn on all the subscription notifications to stay informed, and now let's get right into today's stories. As you probably know, Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM, is an industry-leading 3D printing company, and they specialize in creating PCBs and other electronic devices. And we just received some great news because Nano Dimension's CEO has recently bought around $500,000 worth of NNDM stock, and he says this, and I quote, "Increasing my investment in Nano Dimension stock was led by my conviction and belief in the vision, strategy, and future of this company. In addition, I have a responsibility to create an upside for myself and my family, and I strongly feel that this is the safest way to do so," end quote. So this is a great sign when we see a CEO willing to invest his own money into the company that he operates, and this has happened in the past because the CEO of Nano Dimension has never shied away from putting his own money into the companies that he supports. The CEO also goes on to remind his investors about the new Dragonfly 4 system, their flight software, how they have recently sold two of their newer Dragonfly systems to two major customers, and their multiple acquisitions of Semtech AG, DeepCube, and NanoFabrica, which are all going to make and add value to Nano Dimension, especially if you're a long-term holder. Now I want to talk about SoFi Technologies, ticker symbol SOFI, and they are a fintech company which stands for financial technology, and they offer a unique way for customers to operate their own finances, because instead of standing in line and waiting at a physical branch of a bank or going to an investment company, SoFi has an app that basically allows you to do anything you could at a bank. This also makes it extremely convenient for consumers because everything can be operated through their smartphone. So SoFi is truly disrupting the traditional banking systems because it's totally digital. However, not everyone is enthusiastic about this because SoFi stock has dropped from around $22 down to about $15 in a single month. However, there are a few catalysts that are coming up that do make SoFi a great long-term play or a great play to trade off of. The two main things about SoFi that I want you to note is that they have great fundamentals and financials, and their business model along with their membership growth, which stands at around 2.9 million members, is absolutely astounding. The company is also aggressively investing into their own products to make themselves even better than traditional banks, and this is going to have them explode in growth. Now, some people say, well, this also will increase expenses as they increase their technologies. However, their revenues will be higher than their operating expenses at the end of the day, which makes SoFi a fantastic growth play and a great growth stock. The company also has been bringing in very impressive revenues, and they also have great catalysts coming up. The largest, which I'm sure you're aware of, is their bank charter catalyst, because back in March of 2021, they announced their intention to acquire Golden Pacific Bank, and this will allow SoFi to break away from their current bank partners, and it will allow SoFi to provide deposit accounts to its members so it can truly act as a bank. But this is all good news, and it doesn't explain why SoFi's shares are trading so low right now and why the stock is falling. Well, here are a couple reasons. First, I want to point out that many financial institutions right now are experiencing selling pressure from the market because the Federal Reserve and macroeconomic factors are saying that they're going to increase interest rates, and this has negatively affected financial institutions. Also, on top of that, for SoFi specifically, hedge funds have sold around 3.1 million SoFi shares within the last month, so this doesn't look good for SoFi. However, if we consider SoFi's quarter 3 and their quarter 4 guidance, which is very impressive by the way, many analysts actually have a price target of $30 for the stock, which is a huge increase because right now the stock is trading at around $14.50. Also, their fair value is $22 right now, so if you can get it under their fair value price, this is going to be a great deal. On top of that, Wall Street in general is very optimistic and bullish about SoFi, giving it 5 buy ratings and 2 hold ratings. The average price target for SoFi Technologies stock is $25.43 per share, which represents around 74.4% upside if you invest into the stock right now. What's most exciting to me is even the negative bearish analysts agree that SoFi is a good buy right now because the low-end price target prediction is $19, which would still represent a good amount of upside from the stock's current price. More good news is that the retail investors are very bullish on SoFi stock, and most of them have actually added more SoFi stock to their portfolio as the price has declined. So this is going to make SoFi find a bottom very quickly, and it's going to represent a very nice rebound for SoFi stock when the stock eventually comes back up. Now I want to talk about Bionanogenomics BNGO stock, and for the past couple weeks and months, this stock has been sliding in price, but now I think it's actually a good time to reevaluate this stock in a positive way. So the stock price has dropped around 79% since its all-time highs, but this is no surprise because Reddit inflated the stock around 3,000% in just 2 months, so of course the stock is going to crash after all of this optimism. However, Bionanogenomics is still a very good company because it has impressive price targets, especially from one very enthusiastic and bullish Oppenheimer analyst that I tend to agree with. Now, if you don't know what the hype's all about when it comes to Bionanogenomics, it's coming from their Sapphire system, and if you don't know what that is, don't worry, I'll explain it more in a minute. But first, I want to tell you the customers that are using this technology. For instance, Canada's largest hospital diagnostic laboratory, which performs around 25 million tests per year, is using this technology and piloting it for the use in cancer diagnostics. Also, the University of Texas has compared their OGM system, which that's what Sapphire is, against traditional methods and techniques, and the OGM system by Bionanogenomics is far superior because it's more accurate, it's more cost-effective, and it's much faster. More good news is right now Bionanogenomics is on track to release and deliver around 150 Sapphire units, and each of these units cost around $150,000, and that's how much revenue they're going to get from them. However, Bionanogenomics has a reoccurring revenue model because each time they sell one of these machines, they can count on receiving another $110,000 per year due to the consumables that this machine uses when it does its optical genome mapping, which is what OGM stands for. On top of that, Bionanogenomics has an outperform rating from Wall Street with a $14 price target, which is absolutely amazing because right now the Bionanogenomics stock is around $3 to $4. The average price target is $12, so even if the average is right, you're going to receive some great upside from buying into the stock. Basically, the Sapphire is an optical genome mapping system that can look into the DNA and it can detect structural variations which cause disease or can lead to disease, and this gives great information to practitioners to properly diagnose and give treatments to various patients. The reason why I am recovering this stock is because a giant catalyst is coming up for them, and that's going to be their 2022 symposium where 25 customers are going to deliver a presentation about how well and effective their OGM Sapphire system truly is, and these are customers from across the entire world. The CEO of Bionanogenomics is also excited for this catalyst, and he had this to say, and I quote, "At Bionano, we are working to transform the way the world sees the genome. Symposium is our platform for the community of OGM users to describe its utility and how it can be integrated with other genome analysis tools to reveal more answers for genetic disease and cancer research applications." The chief medical officer for Bionanogenomics also added this, and I quote, "Since Symposium was last held, we believe our customers around the world have made tremendous progress with the implementation of our Sapphire system across a broad range of clinical research applications for consolidating traditional cytogenetics workflows to OGM, as well as demonstrating its utility in combination with NGS." End quote. This giant symposium catalyst will last 4 days in total, starting on January 10th, and it's going to last until January 13th. On the 10th, users are going to say their experience of the Sapphire system for optical genome mapping, which is going to be used to analyze the genomes of patients with various genetic diseases and how it was advantageous to the researchers as well as the patient. On January 11th, experts who study genetic variations involved in hematological malignancies will share their use of the OGM system and along with their study results, and all of this is going to be very positive because it was last year. On the 12th, scientists and clinicians clinicians from leading hospitals and medical research institutions in the United States and Europe will discuss their use of Sapphire to assess genomic aberrations in a wide range of solid tumors. Lastly, on January 13th, demonstrators and presenters are going to discuss and show how optical genome mapping technologies such as Sapphire can be used in tandem with other methods. Overall, this was a great news day because Nano Dimension CEO put his money where his mouth is by investing into NNDM stock. SoFi stock is trading at a huge discount, which means it's undervalued, and the BNGO stock has over 200% upside according to analysts. But what do you think? Comment your thoughts down below, like this video right now, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next YT video.